cleared for descent to level 1313.
Catch a deep breath. It'll be the last fresh air you'll get for a while.
Fresh air is overrated.
Nothing garners more hype than rumors of a new Star Wars game, and the gritty action-adventure game Star Wars 1313 was no exception. Every demo reel and bit of gameplay information led to rabid speculation and anticipation from fans and critics alike, as the game appeared to represent a significant leap forward in cinematic storytelling in the expanded Star Wars universe. But all that came crashing down when Disney purchased Lucasfilm, and subsequently canceled all Lucasarts projects in development, including Star Wars 1313. Star Wars video game fans have always wondered what these abruptly canned projects would have looked like, and we at Gamers are no exception. Today, we will take a look at what might have been. This is the tragic story of Star Wars 1313. First revealed at E3 2012, the game was set to focus on a darker, more mature storyline than usual Star Wars video game fare. Set in the eponymous Level 1313 of the planet-sized city of Coruscant, the game was going to tell the story of an unnamed bounty hunter and his violent exploits in the seedy underworld of the capital city planet. Coruscant has long intrigued Star Wars enthusiasts, and the game would have allowed players to immerse themselves in the criminal proceedings and gang warfare ever present in the lower levels of the massive city. The game, reportedly being developed on top of the versatile Unreal Engine 3, appeared to be influenced more by action-heavy cinematic games like Uncharted and Gears of War than any other Star Wars game to date. With lightning-fast combat and an arsenal of hard-hitting weapons, the game was shaping up to be a gorgeous cover-based third-person shooter in its own right, Star Wars license and setting aside.
Those rebels should be easy targets.
Perhaps no character is as mysterious and intriguing to hardcore Star Wars fans than the morally ambiguous bounty hunter Boba Fett. While development of the now-canceled 1313 project hadn't always centered around the rogue manhunter clad in Mandalorian armor, sources from inside LucasArts revealed after the project's cancellation that George Lucas himself had requested the game be retooled to focus around Fett. So while early concepts pictured the game as more of a no-name character from the underworld of Star Wars, later development saw the game evolving into a more marketable package, with Boba Fett front and center. While this may have been a good change for business purposes, some fans may feel the game would have been better served simply playing to its strengths, telling the tale of one of the countless background characters whose story you don't see on the big screen. This major late-in-development change wasn't the only hiccup in the ill-fated project. After 1313 was put in development limbo, sources confirmed the game had been scrapped and reimagined several times before its latest form. Some LucasArts employees suggested the game was at one time set to be an open-world RPG, similar to BioWare's beloved Knights of the Old Republic series. Others stated it had begun its life as a tie-in to a live-action TV show, also since canceled. Remaining demo footage of Star Wars 1313 is gorgeous, even if it's a few years old at this point, a testament to the longevity of the Unreal Engine. Gameplay appeared to be focused on linear, tightly scripted action and cinematic set pieces, not unlike other popular cover shooters of the day. So while 1313 wouldn't have represented the open-world, single-player RPG fans of Star Wars have always longed for, it seemed to be a solid action game in its own right, and would have been ripe for expansion and sequels with its rich, storied setting. Still, gameplay seemed fairly standard, liberally borrowing from other games like Gears of War and Uncharted. And while those games originally had to stand on their own, 1313 may have been able to stand on the power of its license. So there is potentially some merit to Lucasfilm's decision to begin farming out development duties to other studios with more expertise in various genres, rather than using internal developers to create games in widely different genres. And while the game was billed as a first for the Star Wars genre in cinematic feel and scope, other games of previous console generations like Star Wars The Force Unleashed, Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, and even the epic multiplayer battlegrounds of Star Wars Battlefront were all great efforts for their time at least. So while there's reason to believe 1313 would have been a good game, it's not all that clear the troubled project would have been everything we hoped it would be, or tread any more new ground after seeing that tantalizing footage way back in 2012. Recent rumors suggested that Star Wars 1313 may still see life, as Lucasfilm confirmed they were still looking over the concepts and material from the scrapped project. One thing's for sure, If we ever get our hands on 1313, it should be a far different animal from the game we were shown over 4 years ago. Star Wars 1313, along with several other canceled LucasArts projects, may forever be the one that got away from us, and we may never know how good or disappointing the game would have been. Still, there may be hope that one day it will see the light of day, in some form or another. For all the latest news and rumors on Star Wars games like 1313, keep it locked to Gamers.